This is Sludge Fist 2. Well, not really, but it's like the most similar to Sludge Fist in the raid. Very mechanically simple, but basically the check here is, can you do enough damage and can you heal enough? Which, if Ben isn't in the raid, I'd be saying probably not, but if Ben is in the raid, it's a, yeah, we can.
Moving on.
So, like I said, this is a one-phase DPS blast / healer pump race, and you're basically on a set time limit to kill it from when you pull it, based on the boss's energy. So his energy is always depleting at a rate of like 2 per second, and when it gets to 0, he starts chain casting, Purging Protocol, and that's a 5-second long cast, and each subsequent cast before you make him stop casting it, which I'll explain how to do in a sec, does more damage. So you can extend the fight by taking more of these massive blasts. Now we have another cock and ball, which will probably stack cooldowns for. Now this is when the high tech comes. We got and that's it. So basically, you have these 3 pylons around the room, and when he's casting Purging Protocol, you can move him, and you just drag him into the area around a pylon, and it will start charging his energy back up. And then if you stand outside of this little circle, you instantly die. And that's it. You basically wait for him to deplete to 0 energy, take a few Purging Protocols to extend the fight, recharge him up, and then when the pylons finish charging, you just move back to the middle, do that 3 times, and then the hard enrages when he starts purging, when there's no more pillars left. So the other 3 mechanics in this fight are 1, a frontal beam. It just goes on a random player. It'll stun you. Pretty simple. Then there's sentries. They just follow around. You can see one in the GIF there, and it just does random ticking raid damage. If you go under this, it will silence you, but no, it doesn't do any damage if you go under it. So if you had to choose between dodging out slightly of this circle and getting silenced by this, you would take being silenced all day, because you will get one shot otherwise, and the silence doesn't actually do any damage. And then there's threat neutralization. So it might do it here, but it skips. But basically, a big circle goes around 3 players, and you simply just take them away from the raid. On Mythic, there's a thing you have to do with them, but on Heroic, you just take them away from the raid. And basically, the only difficulty in this fight will come from that mechanic when you've activated a pylon. So you can see if you get 3 big circles, you're not going to have much space, but you basically would have the whole raid stack on one edge on let's mark Woogly with a skull, for example. We stack on him, and then when the circles come out, one goes to here, one here, one here. Then there's a small safe spot at the bottom of it. You can see that I've drawn this in this little picture here. So you just have one go to the top, one right, one left, and there's a safe spot at the bottom. And that's basically it. The frontal beam will also happen during this phase. And I reckon the best way to deal with this is basically you just always have the raid close to the boss, in melee range, and it just makes it so much easier. Since Heroic testing, they've added the tank combo, which was originally intended to be a Mythic mechanic, but they've made that into Heroic. It's like Agrimar, but a bit easier. I'm not 100% on this. The dungeon journal isn't that clear, but I think the way it works is it'll do 1 tank physical damage frontal, where the tank needs to turn the boss away from the raid and take it. Then it'll do an AoE one, a magic damage one, where the tank needs to face the raid, and the raid needs to split the damage by standing in the little yellow circle. And then it'll do another tank only one. So basically, you would do it like Agrimar. 1 tank takes the first tank one, then takes the second one with the rest of the raid, then the other tank just taunts it away for the second tank one. And the only thing in this fight is just a fuckload of raid damage all the time. And also the pillars blow up. If I didn't mention that, when they're done depleting, they blow up, so you'll need even more cooldowns for that. Any questions here? This is literally just a DPS check. Mechanically super simple.
Would you say this fight
Shut the fuck up,
is
Milo.
healer or DPS favored?
I don't know. This is
Triangle, I think.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna when this is being killed, either to overnight or whatever, I'll come up with a cooldown plan for us. like before we even get here. And this will be like Sludgefish as well, where you're told when you use your healer, your personals, or if you have like a minute long personal cooldown, you basically just use it off cooldown whenever you're going to take damage or stuff like that. But when you know the pattern of damage, like you should just be able to know when you're going to personal. But besides the point, this is super simple mechanically.
This
Just
video
gotta
is
be on
gonna
your
be
toes.
so cringe, by the way. I accidentally played another video at the same time because I pressed
Yeah.
enter.
Okay, nice.
God
What do you
dear.
think of this boss though, Mike? Do you like this boss or
Yeah, I think this is kind of cool.
cringe
like
or
this.
base?
This is
Definitely cool
based.
boss when you can do stuff like that, though. Like, I like that.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
of course I do. So.
Yeah,
But
based.
when you can choose to take a shitload more damage.
Hello
it's,
guys,
yeah.
please do not heal. I am drinking here. Love mods.
Yeah, when you can actually like extend stuff by doing
Yeah.
good.
It's
I
cool.
don't know.
I
Yeah.
can see it in the future. Like, we'll start tranking, and then we
Mm.
use the pillar or whatever, so no damage taken.
Wait, I
So
was
you,
just
so you mean
Cast above
getting
him
like
and
every
silent
boss
him.
in
Stop pulsing.
every boss in Natural then? Okay. Yeah.
Hello guys, I believe we need 7 healers on this boss.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else want to add anything before I move on then?
I'm assuming we're gonna extend the first like purging protocol as much as we can, right?
Well, yeah, we'll extend all of them by as much as we can, but it depends on tuning and what cooldowns we have available, how much we do it by.
On
But-
testing, wasn't it like 2 max?
No, some guilds were
Was it
easily
one and then
taking
something?
3. But
Oh,
it
really?
generally, yeah, he is right in thinking. I think what's the name? The guild that Rignaros is in, Lazarus Imperative. They took 3 on the first one. Then in the second and third, they were taking 2 only.
They also
Um,
had the old AMZ, so that's not a thing.
Yeah, true. They also had all
Oh,
the
yeah.
MZs.
True.
But on heroic, this probably won't like be tuned that insanely.
Yeah, you won't
Realistically,
need to extend anything.
well, you might want to extend on the first kill or whatever, but
I mean, yeah,
It's
just
on-
to see
yeah.
how much damage we have, but
on Mythic, it's probably going to be a little bit harder. But whatever. It depends on tuning. I'll just say that. All right. Since no one else has anything to say, I'm going to move on to the next boss.